In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do with each paycheck to grow your wealth faster. What if one simple change could flip your entire money situation? What if it's the way you think about money that's actually holding you back? I'm Dr. Brad Klontz, financial psychologist, professor, and best-selling author. And I'm going to walk you through exactly how to take each paycheck and put it to work for you in building wealth. Stick around to the end where I'm going to share a shocking money belief that you might have that might be silently sabotaging your finances. And if you want more tips like this, hit that subscribe button. Now let's get into it. Paycheck move number 1, pay yourself first. Stop paying everyone else first. It's time to start prioritizing you. Here's the truth. Most people pay their bills, they buy stuff, and then they try to save and invest what's left over. And surprise, there's nothing left at the end of the month, and there never will be. You have to flip this script. As soon as your paycheck hits, you need to send money straight to your savings and your investments. Even 5% is a solid start. You need to think about saving and investing like rent. It's not optional. You have to do it. Do it first. This one habit will make you a millionaire. Paycheck move number 2, automate your savings and investing. Do you want to build wealth without even thinking about it? Then do this. Let's be honest, willpower wears out fast, so you really can't rely on it. That's why you need to set up automatic transfers from your checking account to your savings and investing accounts. This makes saving and investing a no-brainer. And before long, you're not even gonna miss it because it's gone before you can even spend it. A great place to start is with an emergency fund. This is where you set aside 3 to 6 months of your expenses. You might want to park it in something like a high-yield savings account. Some of these pay about 5% interest right now. And why is this so important? Because if you have about a $10,000 balance, for example, that's earning about $500 a year, which is way better than the $38 you'll get a year from a regular savings account. And for an emergency fund, this is something that you're not necessarily investing in the market because the market can go up, it can go down, and it could lose value. And this is money you're setting aside in case of an emergency to cover at least 3 to 6 months of your expenses. And automation allows you to set it and forget it, and your money's gonna grow as you sleep. Paycheck move number 3, use the 50-30-20 rule. If you hate budgeting, this rule will make it easy. And if you're not sure where your money should go, try this simple formula. 50% of your money goes towards needs, 30% goes towards wants, and 20% goes towards savings or paying off debt. Now, there's a lot of variations of this formula, and I think you should pump up the amount that you're saving and investing and paying off debt. But this type of formula, you can adjust as you go, and it's a great place to start. And if 20% feels too much right now, like you really don't feel like you can save and invest 20%, it's okay to start lower, but you want to pump up that number. And for me, I always shot for 30% of my money going towards my financial freedom fund. Tough to start with, but that's something to work towards. And here is really the secret sauce. Build a budget that is around your values. Spend your money on what matters most to you. Is it health? Is it family? Is it experiences? Do not do what social media tells you to do. The fact is, too, most people on social media who are flexing all their money and all their fancy stuff, most of those people, when you actually look at their net worth statements, they're actually broke. Many of them have high credit card debt. Don't try to keep up with the Joneses. The Joneses are broke. They're in terrible financial shape. They're fighting every night as they fall asleep because they're terrible with money. Don't become one of them. It's really helpful to keep track of your spending. Look back over the last month. Where did your money go? Is this in line with your truest values and goals? And a great rule, if there's something you want to buy, wait 24 hours before pulling the trigger. A lot of times you're going to realize, this isn't something I really need. This isn't something I can't afford. I'm not even sure where I'm going to put this if I buy this. The 24-hour rule can save you tons of money. Paycheck rule number 4, stop overspending. Your brain is wired to overspend. Here's how to fight back. Let's face it, let's get honest. Saving and investing is tough, especially when we feel better, at least in the short term, when we spend money or when a sale hits. We're going to get all excited because it's a limited time offer. We're going to feel that pressure. We're going to be inclined to spend. And credit cards, oh my gosh, they make it so easy to overspend. It's just a tap, it's a swipe. You leave the store, you're not even sure how much money you spent. It's crazy. One study found that 60% of millennials buy stuff within 24 hours because of FOMO, fear of missing out. And 40% admit that they overspend. They're spending more than they know that they should. Here's what will help. Make a list before you go shopping. Wait 24 hours before clicking the buy button. And when you can, pay with cash. It hurts more. you're going to spend less. And remember this, you are being manipulated. Most deals are just tricks to get you to spend more money. Paycheck move number 5, rewrite your money story. The beliefs about money that you learned as a child could be keeping you broke. Whether you realize it or not, we all have a money story. And in my research, I call them money scripts. We have done studies on thousands of people and we have identified 4 money script patterns. And as I talk about this, I want to think about which one you might have. First, money avoidance. This is where we think money is bad, rich people are greedy, and we unconsciously repel money as a result. Very common if you grew up lower income. Number 2, money status. This is the belief that more stuff is going to increase your sense of worth. You're going to be flexing the things you have on social media. This is what you see on social media every single day, people with money status beliefs. These people more likely to have less money. Ironically, the people flashing the most stuff on social media have the lowest bank account numbers. A third category we found we call money worship. This is where you think more stuff is going to make you happier. Well, guess what? More stuff's going to make you broke. And number 4 was the good one. This is the money script associated with people who end up having money. It's called money vigilance. It's concern about the future. It's a desire to downplay how much money you have now. It's a focus on long-term financial security. That's the mindset you want to cultivate. That's the mindset that rich people have. And ironically, they are less likely to show off their money. Think about that for a second. The people who are showing off their money, what we know about them, they're more likely to have grown up poor and they're more likely to actually have lower income and lower net worth. Meanwhile, wealth whispers, and we have confirmed this in our studies. People who downplay their money tend to have more. Here's the good news. Once you spot your money script, once you understand your money story, you can change it. Start by studying the mindsets and the habits of wealthy people. I cover a lot of that stuff on my channel, so make sure to subscribe if you're interested in learning this. And check the video description for tools, including my free money script quiz. I'm Dr. Brad Klontz. I'll see you next time.